guys, I'm back with a tutorial on that one way of making a journal cover. If you remember on part one, we cut the chipboard or cardboard and just wrap the paper around it. Very simple, very easy way to do. And then, this is a mermaid digikit that I bought, which is going to be in here. So what I've done, to save time, I've already cut out the different parts. Now, so this is the centerpiece, which is going to go over the spine. And, you cut according to your book cover. So I've left a little bit of a gap here and there. And then I've cut the two pieces to go there. So this one actually measures 7 1/4 by 2 3/4 for the spine, but there's no set width or anything to go with it. So you just want this to be slightly out. So all I'm going to do is use my crafter's glue, the Atlas crafter's glue. I'm not going to use tape. You can use tape if you want. I've got my dogs in the room with me. So if they rush off barking, I will have to stop. I'm taking a chance here. So lots of glue. Let's go. Like I say, I really like this glue. It sticks everything. Let me just get my tool, and then more or less you just eyeball it. There's nothing precise about this, the way I'm doing this particular cover today. When I use glue, I always keep a cloth handy. So more or less in the middle. And then I'm just going to burnish it. Like so. Make sure it sticks down nicely. And then my pre-cut, and these again I think are 7 1/4. Yep, by 5 1/4. 7 1/4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm just very simply going to glue it on here. So I mean, there are quite a few ways of doing covers, and there are plenty of tutorials out there, of course, on the covers, but I just thought I would, start my tutorials off from scratch. This is just one way that I make covers. So let's put it here, and that should do it. That's sort of straight. Yep. Yeah, that's perfect. I mean, you can also put this on top or put this underneath, and I'm just doing it this way today. So let's get the other one on. This is normally how I start my journals. I do my covers, but I don't complete them. I only do all the embellishing at the end. Because, sometimes I don't know how the journal is going to turn out inside. And so I leave it. And what embellishments I'm going to use, it's very much by ear. I'm not one of these planners that plan let me just check that, yeah. Every aspect of the journal. Just go with the flow. Let me just use this. Now I should let this dry completely before I start bending it. But this is a tutorial, so I'm not gonna sit and wait for it to dry. Or maybe I will while I do my pages to go inside. always just like to give it a good squeeze. Yeah. Just mop it up again. Am I going out of frame? You know, it's not that easy making a tutorial. I've had a few attempts. I've made a few attempts, put it that way, and they haven't worked out. You know, you can't go back and redo it. Now I'm just going to gently, and I'm going to use this one. There we go, where the fold is. You're always going to get a little bit of lifting, especially if it's not completely dry. There we go. So you're going to need your tool to do this. Good, that one has worked out nicely. So it is better to wait for it to dry, then you get less lifting of the paper, but I actually don't mind if the paper or the cloth, because I also use cloth to do this, and I will do one on a cloth tutorial as well, or fabric tutorial. There we go. How's that? I think that's working. Then I always like to bend it backwards just to give it more flexibility. Go. So this is where the seam is, which is going to be the back of the journal, and that is going to be the front. So we can just leave that to dry a bit. And this, I'm only doing one signature, and this has 30 pages, which makes it 60 pages in all, back to front, you know. So this will fit nicely. It is quite wide. You can probably put two signatures in, but anyway, for this one I'm just doing the one, but two would fit in here nicely. So I'm just going to put that aside, and then again, doing it this way, I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not measuring. You can measure. There is I'll do a tutorial on that as well, to measure. And I'm not using twine, I'm using embroidery thread, because as you can see, I have a huge box of it from my mom, and also from the days when I used to do embroidery. So I hope I've got blue ribbon. I mean, not blue ribbon. Of course, it's the one color I don't have. I do have this blue, and there's actually, well, maybe I should use the pink. Decisions. Because there is a bit of pink, because this is quite dark. Or one color really that they've used on here is the blues, and then there's a bit of pink in there. So I will be using pink in this journal. I like my pinks. I'm going to use pink, why not? Let's put that away. Get it out the way, otherwise my desk just gets so crowded. So I will show you one thing that I do sort of measure. Where's my little one? Usually I want to buy one of, you know, those center rulers, because obviously we're going to put this in the center. So what was this measurement on here? I can't remember now. 1.5. But again, I'm just going to eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm probably going to cover this anyway with the spine with fabric or something, so you won't see it. But what I do usually measure is from the top. I will normally do 1/2 inch. Mark it there and here, more or less in the middle. There we go. So that's just off center, but it's fine. I'll just mark it again there. Yeah, so it's that line there. And then you can as well, if you want, draw a line to keep it more or less straight, just lightly. I don't normally do this, I'm just doing this for the tutorial, but especially if you're starting off, and or if you want to be precise, then yeah, then I guess that's how you will do it. And what was the measurement? 7.5. So more or less in the middle. I'm just eyeballing it, seriously. Here we go. And then this is already put together. It's just a simple journal here that I'm doing. So I've got everything lined up, and to do the holes, I'm just going to put it against here. And where the dots are, I'm going to mark it on here, and here, and here. We all have different ways of doing our journals. That's a very long needle. No, and I think, yeah, I'll use this one. It's just a big embroidery needle. Okay, and then you are also going to use an awl. It's a really funny word to say, awl. Yeah. So, again, if you starting out, then, and you don't want to just kind of do it by hand, which you can once you've got a bit of practice at it. And you know what? It's like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Unless you are the perfectionist. And let's just put this here just to hold it in place nicely. Hang on. I always like to pull it into the spine there. Sometimes I'll use the machine as well, just to stitch it. But using the machine, often I find the paper can tear, especially when you go back, and then I have to I'll use like duct tape and washi tape to reinforce it. So let's just, I use the whole thing, I don't separate it like you would with embroidery. Go. Let's see if I can thread this baby. It's such a nice big head, so it's easy to thread. So that is ready. I usually do this on a mat. I'm going to use, this is my mat, my distress mat I call it. But you need to have something on it when you push your awl through. So I am going to make, where's the hole? Yeah. Again, you can just straight down. And my in camera here. This awl is not the normal one I use. My one it actually broke. So it's a little bit thicker than I like it, which is why I'm kind of screwing it in, because I don't want to tear. Here we go. Because if I just push it in, it might make the hole untidy, because normally I use a very thin one. See? And then we can do the next one where the, just prick it, and then press it through. So I don't want to stab it through. And you hope you come out on the, oh my goodness, why is that coming out so wrong? Look at that. Let's try it again. This is just a tutorial. I'll have to, I'm not doing very well, am I? This is the fussy part. This is the part I don't like of making journals. Really, I don't. Let's see if I can get that there. There we go. Yeah, this is a fussy part of tutorials. I mean, of journals. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to measure it as well on this side, because you can see I came out wrong there. But again, you know, that's easy to cover. It's not a problem. So let's just do that there. And I'm actually going to do it this way. And aim. And hope for the best. Let's go. You see this one, this really is a bit too thick. I have to buy another one. You know, I guess I'm also used to, slightly off there. I'm really doing a good job, aren't I? Always happens when you do a tutorial. When you're on your own, it goes perfect. Yeah. So that's that. And then I'm just going to put that aside, and I'm going to do my holes here. Let's just go right through. Oh, you see what I did? I stabbed it through, and now my hole's a little bit big. Look at that. Yeah. Never mind. So try not to do that. Yeah, I definitely have to buy a thinner awl. And I did see one online somewhere. Somebody was selling them, and I thought to myself, I must get it, you know. Sort of there. Yeah, I'm trying to do it so carefully. And let's make this sure the seam is at the back, and then we can just I'm only doing 3 stitches on this one. Normally, especially if it's a long spine, I'll do 5. You know, I make 2 more holes in there, but I'll just do 3. And if I find it's too loose, then I'll just do another 2. It's not that. Now you've got to decide where you want to leave your thread. You want to leave it hanging in the middle or on the outside. I'm going to leave mine, which is what I normally do, on the outside. So let's go through the cover and make sure it's the right way up, because I have done it upside down. So be sure to check that. Yep, that went through easily enough. See how simple this is? Yeah, that's working nicely. This is a pamphlet stitch. What's called the pamphlet stitch? Well, sort of a pamphlet stitch. Like I say, I just do my own thing, really. Yep, it's come through in the right place. Let's just pull it through a little bit. Put it through again the middle. And that's plenty on there. And just pull it nice and tight. I hate it when I do this. Can you see what I've done there? I've actually come through the thread. I don't like that. So I'm going to come back out there. Whatever can go wrong always goes wrong. Yeah, never mind when you're doing a tutorial. But it's okay, it's not a train smash. So let's just take my needle off there. Okay, and I just want to make sure it's fairly tight. I mean, after you've worked from it, you might have to loosen it again. Yeah, that's fine. Let's pull that a little bit. And then just knot it. Normally 2 knots. 2 or 3 knots is enough. I'm only going to do 2. Because if I have to take it apart for whatever reason, then it's easier undoing 2 knots than it is 3. And then before I put it all together, what kind of a knot am I doing here? And you can knot it there. It doesn't matter really, because like I said, I'm going to cover the spine. And usually I put this between my legs, which I'm obviously not going to do now. And then I'll hold it in place and I do my little knot there. That's very long, so I can take that off. So that's basically your journal. And I think these 3 stitches, I don't know if it's going to be enough because it's quite long. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a cheat. I may as well do it on screen because you know what? I don't like this movement, and once it's heavy, okay, I haven't tightened it enough there. I will tighten it more when I'm done, finished. I'm still going to do, I'm going to put 2 more. So all I'm going to do, this is a cheating way. Again, it doesn't matter. You just more or less, yeah. Let's go. It's already gone through there. Let me just check. Ish. Yeah. Oof. Coming through slowly. Yeah, here we go. And then squeeze it to go through the chipboard. Is it through? Yeah, it's through. I'm just gonna push it. Let's see. There we go. You see how it makes a big hole because it's quite wide, which I suppose it's, I don't know if some people, I suppose some do use the bigger oar, but I'm used to using the smaller one. More or less in the center. I'm not gonna cry if it's slightly off. Let's go. Go, are we through? A bit off there. My goodness me, no. I am so off there. Okay, let's try again, shall we? I don't like that. Yeah. Gosh, how did it end up there, huh? Let's get it straight down. Now it's going through. Oh, you see? It's not bad. It's not too bad. Not too shabby. Let's thread in the needle again. I hope I didn't get my head in the camera there. There we go. And I'm going to start from the outside. Really doesn't matter which one you do first. Like I said, this I usually always cover my spines. Make sure it goes through there. Okay, so I did this it's still gonna look okay. And then I'm just gonna snip my thread here. I think I have to do another one where we do the 5 stitch properly from scratch one, you know what I mean? But like I say, because I'm covering it, let's just make sure this is the back. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can see it's a bit loose, but it's okay. I will tighten it, or it will have to be tightened properly when the journal is finished. So this is just to show you how to put it together, because normally when I do my journals, I do this first. You know, I do the pockets and everything else first, and then I put it into the journal. But obviously I'm not going to do that now. And let's just tighten this for the moment, because I know once I start working on it, it'll loosen even more. And I'll have to come and retighten everything. So that's a very basic way of doing a cover and doing your stitching. And like I say, it's a little bit untidy Not particularly happy there because this awl is a little bit big. So there's a tutorial for a basic hardcover with the this is not pamphlet stitching, with it stitched on with embroidery thread. Of course you can use twine, you can use whatever you want, so long as it holds nicely. And all these edges, well, this will be covered, but all this I'm gonna go with my distress tool and do this. Okay, but that'll be done at the end. And then what I'll do is I'll work on this, and then I will come back and show you the finished journal. So now on here, and then of course you need to decide what sort of closure you're going to do here. So I haven't decided, but now is a good time to think about what closure, whether you're going to make 2 holes in here and tie it, or whether you're going to put the ribbon right across the journal. Okay, well, I hope you like this tutorial. Please leave me a comment and let me know honestly what you think. If you thought it sucked, let me know. And I'll do another one that doesn't go wrong on camera. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and as I said, I will be back with this mermaid journal to show you the finished products or project. Thanks again for watching. Ciao.